different things. I think is the, I'm not going to say that, sorry. I idolized him so much because he was so brave as a creator, so talented, and his stories were meaningful to me. And I'm always attracted to and admire people who take chances and do something different that hasn't been done before. And I just really loved him. And he emailed me at kind of early on. I was writing Birds of Prey, and he asked me a question, or he said something about, what was it he said? I can't remember.
You had
The first
tracked
thing.
him down.
Yeah.
To say that he read Birds of Prey and
Oh yeah, he said that he just read Birds of Prey, and I hope to God you know how good you are. And I was like, what just happened? And the time back, I'm like, you do know you're Steve fucking Gerber, right? And then it started a little bit of a creative relationship with him. And I think, you know, to have someone that you think so highly of go out of their way to tell a nobody really who hadn't even been in the industry that long, and to tell them that was just so generous, and you know, it just has stuck with me all along, because it just, it's like, wow, no I don't, but thank you.
Wow, I feel really short right now. I have a question. Is there a character or a character arc that you thought was so good, you're like, damn, I wish I wrote that?
Oh man. There are arcs and stories that I have that are my favorites that I love and I super admire. Alan Moore's written a lot of them, Grant Morris has written a lot of them, Colleen Duran, I mean I could go on and on. I don't think I have that, like, wow, I wish I would have written that instead of this person having written that. Because I admire the work for the work, and he did it. But there are times where someone will think of a plot that hasn't been done before, and I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have thought of that. But I don't really have like that type of jealousy or desire to do what someone else is doing or what they have done. I'm just trying to keep my own voice, my own direction, and I think that that's really important for a creator to do. And it's not always easy, but I try, I put a lot of effort into staying on my own path.
All right, thank you.
What do you think is the best or most unique gift you've ever received, maybe aside from giant boxes of board games?
I have received so many homemade things that are really special. And when I went to Australia, a really talented cosplayer and crafter made a Catman doll that was taken directly from one of the covers of Secret Six, and it had like this little frog. Everything was like down to the perfection for this little stuffed Catman, and I just really thought that was such a cool thing to really put a lot of time into it.
Simone has a great brand.
Yeah, I do have a Greg Hildebrand painting of Captain America, which was gifted to me, which is a huge gift, and it was gifted to me anonymously. I have no idea who gave it to me.
I hope it was John Cena secretly.
So that's probably like the most stunning thing, stunning and unexpected.
She was running an auction for black support causes during the protest, and they raised $380,000, I think, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things, Greg Hildebrand, who drew the original Star Wars poster, I'm sorry for jumping in, but I just think it's such a cool story. He had donated a Captain America painting, and he doesn't do a lot of Marvel characters, and someone bought it and then sent it to her. So the money still went to a good cause. And that's something.
I cried a lot.
So you wanted to tell the story of why we don't come to San Jose.
Oh, right.
Oh yes, we'll end with Gilroy. I'm going to let this person laugh the very last.
Okay.
Out of your giant body of work, what would you consider your masterpiece?
Oh, I don't know if I consider, that's a weird word, but what I'm proud of is I'm proud of that first arc of Wonder Woman called The Circle. Nothing had been done like that before at that time. It's been taught in universities all over. I've spoken all over about that particular arc, as it really fits into not only literature and writing, but gender politics, regular politics, art, just fit. I've spoken on that quite a lot. And then I think Clean Room might be the next one. That was something that I had been wanting to write for 10 years before I actually got to sit down and write it. It's very adult and very scary. I'm a huge fan of horror, and it's the most horrific thing by far.
Thank you.
Why don't you come to the Bay Area?
I don't come to this side of the Bay Area, or I haven't, specifically for one reason.
Bears.
So, the bears are at my house.
That's true.
I have to come here to run away from them. So, we lived down here for a while. And it's about, I don't know how far Gilroy is from here, but it's a small town at that time. What's Gilroy known for?
Garlic.
Right. So, I was pregnant at the time when we lived here. Lived there. And everything smelled like garlic. So, and I love garlic, that's all cool. But I would get up and get ready in the morning to go to work. And I'd do everything you do in the morning to go to work. I'd feel perfectly fine. And I'd open the door and have to run back in every morning. Because I get that huge walk with that
We
smell.
live right next to the farm.
Yeah, it's just so close, and it just overwhelmed me. And so, a few months of that, and you're a little bit, your memory doesn't go away with that, so I haven't been back here until now, since then, because the garlic while pregnant was a bit much.
What we're saying is you're not actually a bear, you're a vampire. My very last question is, and I probably should have asked this earlier because it's slightly doozy, but how do you define personal success now, and how has that changed from earlier in your life or career?
I think early on, you're just happy to be offered work in a creative field, and then to learn that you can indeed support yourself creatively is like anyone that can do that, even if it's partially supporting, or even if you can't support yourself, but you're getting stuff published or seen, in any way. It's a huge accomplishment, and I knew that because of all the years of being told that it would never happen. I knew when it did happen that was a huge accomplishment for me. So I equated it a little bit more with the success part of it being the money part of it, like enough to support yourself. Not that I was getting rich or anything, but that I could eat and pay rent. Now it's more about what have I accomplished? What news stories have I told? Have I encouraged and helped other people go on to tell their stories? And have I helped make the industry a little bit better, a little bit more welcoming to people from all walks of life? Those kinds of things are what mean more to me now. Because I never knew that was possible. I never knew that I could, the way that my voice was, or storytelling, might attract a reader that had never read comics before, or that had never thought that they could write comics before, and not that they saw that I did it, they thought maybe they could too. Those kinds of things are what really are personally rewarding to me now, compared to in the beginning. I mean, because in the beginning you're just like, oh God, is anybody even going to read this stuff? Is this something that people are even going to be interested in? And then once you find that audience, then it's like, oh man, how long are they going to be interested in reading this? It's like always this is going through your mind. Imposter syndrome is a real thing. It doesn't go away no matter how successful you are. And you can be super successful and it could be gone the next day. It's like really creative industries are just like that. But to also encourage and maybe help a little bit, someone get their vision seen, and then they'll come and they'll hand me the comic that they wrote, or they'll tell me that they're, doing storyboards for Disney now, or whatever their story is. I get really super excited by that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for breaking the barrier and trusting us. You can find out over at Simone. Is there anything else you want to plug or promote, or?
I don't think so. I think, just the main thing is if you learn anything is from me at all, is don't get in your own way when you want to do something, no matter what it is. There's plenty of people that are going to try to stop you. You just have to let that noise go away and stay focused on it. And just know going in, people will try to stop you. People will not be nice. There's going to be all kinds of roadblocks. You just have to know that you've got to break through them to be heard and not be, you can be afraid of it. I was afraid of it, but just do it anyway. That's the main thing.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Everybody have a great weekend. This is like a lot of our first time out seeing real people, and I'm telling you the difference between doing it on video conference and Zoom or in person is huge. Just everybody has good energy. It doesn't come across on Zoom calls.
We're glad you're able to be here
Yeah.
in the flesh.
Thank you guys. Everybody stay safe.